morning. The time is 10:23 a.m. August 30, 2021, a Monday morning. The news headline: Buhari's fear of failure. The Sun News. In his recent meeting with service chiefs in Abuja, President Muhammadu Buhari reportedly vowed not to exit government as a failure. This is as surprising as it is laughable. Is the president not aware that many Nigerians are already counting days and waiting for his exit from power to stamp his failures in the checkbook of history? On assumption of office in 2015, the president promised three things: to tackle insecurity, to improve the economy and fight corruption. Has he fulfilled any of these promises? And the answer is a capital no. The president knows himself. In his address to mark this year's Democracy Day on June 12, he admitted that he has failed, especially in the area of security. According to him, the fight against insurgents in the north has spread violence to other areas. He said the past 2 years had seen challenges that would have destroyed other nations, especially relating to our collective security. That is true. Militants, for instance, had overrun a number of military states based in some parts of the north since the beginning of the year. Take the recent audacious attack by bandits on the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna as a typical example. The criminals invaded this elite institution without any challenge, killed 2 officers and abducted a major. The list of other security breaches in the country is quite long. Last July, bandits shot down a Nigerian Air Force jet in Zamfara State. The pilot was lucky to have escaped alive. Nevertheless, 13 police officers were not that lucky. These officers were overpowered and killed in July when they went to repel an attack on some communities in Bungudu local government area of Zamfara State. In 2018, Boko Haram terrorists attacked about 9 military bases and overran the multinational Joint Task Force base in Baga, Borno State. They also killed no fewer than 600 soldiers and captured some ammunition. And if soldiers and policemen could easily be killed in this manner, one can then imagine what will happen to ordinary citizens and civilians and other soft targets. It is common knowledge now that our students have been endangered species, from Government Science Secondary School Kankara, Katsina State, to Government Science School Kangara in Rafi local government area of Niger State. The story is the same. Bandits have abducted hundreds of school children and subjected them to unimaginable torture and humiliation. They have abducted over 1,000 students since December last year. The Northern Elders Forum (NAF) believes that the North has paid the biggest price for Buhari's failure. Spokesman of the group, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, was quoted to have said recently that the people in the North have the wrong person in office because they are the first victims of misgovernance of President Buhari. Even the governor of the president's home state of Katsina, Aminu Bello Masari, would not have asked his people to take up arms and defend themselves against bandits if the president had tackled insecurity as promised. Little wonder the defense minister, Major General Bashiru Magashi, retired, wondered why Nigerians had become cowards, not defending themselves against attacks by bandits. As the Arewa Consultative Forum put it, what else do we need to show that our national security system is running on reverse gear? The Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria captured the mood of the nation recently when it posited that Nigeria was one of the most terrorized countries in the world. In a communique issued at the end of its second plenary meeting in Enugu last week, the bishops lamented that, except for the civil war, our nation has witnessed the kind of widespread evil, wanton destruction, and murderous bloodletting. The time is 10:28 a.m. The analysis. Just of recent, there are considerations about Buhari's failure, even though of recent he said that he does not want to exit the office being known to be a failure. Yet, there have been a lot of insecurity and challenges that have faced Nigerians over the years of which he has ascended the presidency. And these have been noted and said that there is no how he would leave that office without leaving the historic belief and trademark that he is a blatant failure. The Global Terrorism Index 2020 was magnanimous to rank Nigeria the third most terrorized nation in the world for the 6th consecutive year. And many Nigerians are always afraid that the nation is on a serious march to Afghanistan. Recall that the Taliban took over the government of that troubled nation recently. People wondered how the Taliban, whose numerical strength does not match that of Afghan army, were able to overrun Kabul and take over without resistance. Yet Boko Haram is our own Taliban. Now, some of them claim to have repented and have handed themselves over to the security agents, while some have been rehabilitated and reintegrated into the society. But whether they have repented or not is a question whose answer will unfold sooner or later. In the area of the economy, it is obvious that Buhari has failed. The greatest indicator of this fact is the level of poverty in the country today. It is no more news that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. It is also no longer news that prices of almost every commodity in the market today have doubled. Some have even tripled. Only very few privileged Nigerians can afford 2 square meals in today's Nigeria. The majority of others go to bed on many occasions on empty stomach. Unemployment has reached its peak, the cosmetic disbursement of cash palliatives by the federal government notwithstanding. As it is now, many people die these days for ailments that could have easily been treated due to lack of money for medical treatment. Part of the reasons for this state of affairs is corruption, which the president has woefully failed to tackle as promised. If he is serious about fighting corruption, those politicians who flew into Kano in over 50 private jets for the wedding of his son Yusuf Buhari should have been telling Nigerians the source of their income by now. If this government is serious about fighting corruption, Transparency International should not have been scoring us low in corruption perception index every year. Any corrupt policeman would have been stopped collecting tolls at every checkpoint across our highways. The time is 10:31 a.m. Monday, August 30, 2021. Good morning.